What is a polar vortex disruption? Have you ever wondered how a massive swirling air mass can impact weather patterns for beyond its icy home? Let's break down what a polar vortex disruption really means. A polar vortex is a large, rotating air mass that forms over the polar regions during winter. It consists of strong winds in the stratosphere, typically located between 10 and 30 miles above the North Pole. This air mass is characterized by cold, low-pressure air that keeps the frigid temperatures contained. Now, a polar vortex disruption happens when this vortex weakens or shifts. One major factor that can cause this disruption is sudden stratospheric warming. This event occurs when the air in the stratosphere above the polar vortex suddenly warms up. When this happens, the polar vortex can weaken or even reverse its circulation. This shift allows cold air from the polar regions to move southward, impacting weather patterns in areas that usually do not experience such extreme cold. Another factor contributing to polar vortex disruptions is Arctic warming. The Arctic is warming at a faster rate than other regions of the world. This rapid warming reduces the temperature difference between the Arctic and mid-latitudes. When this temperature gradient decreases, the polar vortex becomes weaker and more prone to disruptions. The jet stream also plays a significant role in maintaining the polar vortex's position. The jet stream is a fast-moving band of air that can influence the stability of the polar vortex. If the jet stream weakens or becomes unstable, it can allow cold air from the polar vortex to escape and move into populated areas, leading to unexpected cold snaps. The global implications of these disruptions are noteworthy. They can result in extreme weather events, such as intense cold spells in regions that are not accustomed to such conditions. Furthermore, these disruptions can affect ocean currents, which in turn influence global climate patterns. For example, changes in the Atlantic Ocean circulation can alter how heat is distributed around the planet, impacting climates for beyond the polar regions. From the perspective of the polar regions, these disruptions highlight how interconnected our climate systems are. Changes in the polar regions, like warming and ice loss, can have widespread effects on weather patterns and climate stability around the globe. Understanding polar vortex disruptions is essential for predicting and preparing for extreme weather events and their broader effects on global climate patterns.